On Wednesday, the Battleford Court of Queen's Bench heard from Eric Meechance, who was one of 5 individuals in a grey SUV that drove onto Gerald Stanley's farm on August 9, 2016. Eric Meechance is one of the witnesses in Gerald Stanley's second-degree murder trial. Gerald Stanley is accused of fatally shooting Colten Boushie, one of the other individuals of the grey SUV, on that day. Eric Meechance walked the jury through what he did on August 9, 2016. He said he and 4 friends had been drinking whiskey and vodka that day. They'd been using a .22 caliber rifle to shoot targets in the backyard of Colten Boushie's grandma's house, and he said they then drove to a lake to go swimming. He said they started to drive back from the lake and got a flat tire. Eventually they went to a farm where one of the individuals in the grey SUV tried to check a vehicle on the farm, as in perhaps trying to steal it. However, the vehicle was not stolen. He said that everyone in the car at that point was getting sort of tired, sort of sleepy. They had been drinking that day, and he said he was starting to doze off when the car started to slow down. He woke up and they were on the Stanley's farm. He said he and the individual who were driving the grey SUV got out at one point beside one of the Stanley's quads, but said that they didn't actually move the quad. At that point, he said he saw 2 people running towards them and yelling. He and the driver of the car hopped back in the SUV, and he said something struck the windshield, which made it difficult to drive because there were cracks across the windshield. And then, of course, they had a flat tire too. As they were driving the car, they struck a parked vehicle on the Stanley's property, and white smoke started emanating from the radiator. Meechance says at that point he decided the car was done, and he and the driver of the vehicle hopped out and ran for it. As he was running, he heard gunshots behind him and assumed that someone was shooting at him. He didn't look back, he just kept going. He was later taken into police custody, and it wasn't until then that one of his friends who'd also been in the car with him told him that Colten had been shot and killed. He said at that point he just broke down. He'd had no idea that it happened. Now, during cross-examination today, Meechance admitted that when he gave his testimony to police, he didn't tell them that they had been using a gun that day. He also was asked to look at a photo that would have identified the rifle they were using that day. However, the photo that was shown also had Colten's body in it, and Meechance broke down on the stand. He was subsequently dismissed.